And you have 5 children.
Dude, they're awesome. Kids are awesome, by the way. You guys should all have kids. Kids are great.
How much do you see them?
I don't see them enough, actually. What I find is that I'm able to be with them and still be on email, because they don't need like constant interaction except when we're talking directly. So I find I can be with them and still be, working at the same time.
Wait, are you saying you can do email while you're with your children?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
And Musk got the memo to blame woke people, Toby. What's going on there?
Yes, so in an interview with the Financial Times, the world's richest man has blamed neo-Marxists in elite private schools and universities in the United States for the estrangement between him and his daughter.
Has Elon Musk really disowned his own daughter for being trans? Elon Musk might be one of the richest men in the world, but that doesn't automatically make him a great dad. After one of his older kids came out as transgender and legally cut off all ties with him, things have certainly gone downhill for the millionaire, as he received tons of backlash for abandoning his kids. Since then, a series of events have occurred, from publicly supporting politicians who are anti-LGBT to posting even more transphobic tweets on the internet. And it appears that Elon is also planning to disown his daughter. Does this mean that Elon would rather forego a relationship with his daughter than supporting the trans community? If you didn't know already, in April of 2022, a few days after her 18th birthday, Vivian Jenna Wilson, formerly known as Savior Musk, Elon's daughter, requested to change her name and gender legally. The petition for a name change and a new birth certificate to reflect her new gender identity was filed with the Los Angeles County Superior Court in Santa Monica. In the docs, Vivian states that she wants to be legally recognized as female, but the name change wasn't only about transitioning, as it seems like it was hugely influenced by the rift between her and her dad. According to TMZ, Vivian's reason for the name change was gender identity and the fact that I no longer live with or wish to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form. Vivian is one of the 5 children Elon had with his ex-wife, Justine Musk. Now, the relationship Elon has with his children from his first marriage is largely a mystery. But after his divorce from Justine in 2008, she shared in an essay what it was like to raise kids with him. When it comes to the children, I deal with his assistant, she said. He had grown up in the male-dominated culture of South Africa, and the will to compete and dominate that made him so successful in business did not magically shut off when he came home. This, and the vast economic imbalance between us, meant that in the months following our wedding, a certain dynamic began to take hold. Elon's judgment overruled mine, she continued, and he was constantly remarking on the ways he found me lacking. I am your wife, I told him repeatedly, not your employee. If you were my employee, he said just as often, I would fire you. After their divorce, Justine went on to raise their children out of the spotlight. From what she had said about him, he seemed like a control freak who always needed to have things done his own way. But his second wife, Tallulah Riley, did not share the same views as Justine. Riley claimed that Elon was a devoted father. While they were still married, Riley had shared Elon's parenting skills in a biography about him written by Ashley Vance. He tries to come home early for family dinners with me and the kids and maybe play some computer games with the boys, she said, and went on to mention that at a certain period of time they had multiple nannies, which eventually calmed down and they saw the children 4 days a week. And in March 2022, Grimes, Elon's ex-girlfriend with whom he has 2 kids, praised his parenting skills and even commented on it in an interview with Vanity Fair, saying, Elon is really seeing baby X as a protege and bringing him to everything and stuff, referring to their first child together. Very little is known about Elon's relationship with his children. He appears to value privacy and keeps things low-key, only posting occasionally with his kids on social media. However, he did give a couple of insights into it over the years, like in a 2020 interview with New York Times when he talked about taking his kids on adventures with him. If I have a trip for Tesla to China, for example, I'll bring the kids with me and we'll go see the Great Wall, or we took the bullet train from Beijing to Xi'an and saw the Terracotta Warriors. He also talked about how he wasn't performing any active roles because he believed that when the kid gets older, there will be more of a role for me. He even expressed his desire to have more children as part of his belief in stemming population decline globally. While all of this describes the behavior of a good father who is well involved in his children's lives, just being there and taking them on adventurous trips isn't the only bar to meet when it comes to being a supportive parent. So if Elon was such a great dad, why did Vivian want nothing to do with him? And why was she so adamant on cutting him off, even going as far as making it legal? Well, initially neither Elon nor Vivian made any public statements about their obvious dispute. But when the Daily Beast emailed Elon about his daughter's petition prior to the TMZ report, his only response was that she does not want to be a public figure. I think it is important to defend her right to privacy. Please don't out someone against their will. It's not right. However, Justine, Vivian's mother, shared her support and expressed how proud she was of her for being brave. In a Twitter post, she shared shared the conversation she had with Vivian. She wrote, "I had a weird childhood. My 18-year-old said to me, 'I can't believe I'm as normal seeming as I am. I'm very proud of you.' She said to Vivian, to which she replied, 'I'm proud of myself.' Now, if only Elon could be this supportive." Over the years, Elon, who calls himself a free speech absolutist, has accumulated quite a reputation for his edgy takes on Twitter. This led to some people pointing out that his insensitive comments might have influenced his daughter to disown him as a parent, and a lot of people criticized him for some of his statements on Twitter regarding gender identity issues. In 2020, he was attacked for tweeting that pronouns suck. The now deleted tweet made Grimes, who he was still dating at the time, replied to him minutes later, "I love you, but please turn off your phone or give me a call. I cannot support hate. Please stop this. I know this isn't your heart." Another instance of his transphobia was in December 2020 when he posted a tweet with an image that said, "When you put /him in your bio." It appeared to be a dramatic drawing of an 18th century soldier smearing blood on his face and wearing a hat that said, "I love to oppress." This sparked rage within people, and he was called out for showing a lack of respect and having issues with people declaring pronouns. In response to the criticism, Elon made another tweet saying, "I absolutely support trans, but all these pronouns are an aesthetic nightmare." But that wasn't the end of it. In other tweets, Elon scoffed at the idea of gender differences, and in June he tweeted, "We are simultaneously being told that gender differences do not exist, and that genders are so profoundly different that irreversible surgery is the only option. Perhaps someone wiser than me can explain this dichotomy," he added. Funny enough, at the time of this tweet, he was still with Grimes, who actually identifies as gender neutral, and together they adopted a gender-neutral parenting system for their 2 children. According to Grimes, "I don't want to gender them in case that's not how they feel in their life." Then, in May 2022, 1 month after Vivian's court filing, Elon shared his plans to vote for Republican candidates moving forward. He was especially displaying his support for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who signed the controversial Parental Rights in Education bill, also known as the Don't Say Gay law. Elon believes that societal hatred for the wealthy was what fractured his relationship with his daughter. During a recent interview for the Financial Times Lunch with the FT series, Elon attributed his estrangement from his daughter to the negative impact of liberal politics on elite universities, ideals he described as communist. "It's full-on communism, and there's a general sentiment that if you're rich, you're evil," he told the FT. He had also said that while his relationship with his daughter was strained, he believed that it may still change, but he had very good relationships with all of his other children. And as for his relationship with his daughter, all he could say was, "Can't win them all." In response to all this, Kathy Renna, communications director of the National LGBTQ Task Force, told the Daily Beast that the group would never approve or condone the outing of a young person because they have famous parents. One would hope this would be a wake-up call to Elon Musk, who has a history of making anti-trans and disrespectful comments, particularly about pronoun usage. "We hope that she finds support from other family members and knows she has a large community that supports her no matter what," Renna added. Well, as you know, the internet didn't remain quiet as fans trolled Elon for making such statements. Someone said, "Sure, she hates you because of full-on communism and not because of your terrible job as a father, your lack of presence and care, and how you treated her mother and brothers after the divorce." Another user added, "What does her being trans have anything to do with the story? I'm confused why he's bringing that up. I would have just said my daughter cut ties with me, but seeing how he felt it necessary to centralize the focus on her identity now, I can see hints on why she cut him off. Deliberate move." While others believe that there's still more to this story, I don't think that's the full story. Most of us don't share the same political views as our parents. I think there has to be something deeper that he's covering up. Well, if you think this video was crazy, then you definitely don't want to miss this one.